Bucks versus Hapoel Jerusalem preseason action. Fourth quarter, end of the third quarter, into the fourth quarter action. Right here with you guys on the show. He's Josh Williver. I'm Connor Long. Pop up, watch along live stream right here
Let's go
with
there.
everyone right here on the channel. Thank you all for watching. However, and wherever you are joining us, TikTok, X, YouTube. Shout out to everyone. Josh, it has been a drubbing game so far for Brooklyn, as expected, I believe, when you're going up against a non-NBA opponent in the preseason. 101 to 64. And, obviously you can't take away much from a preseason game against, again, a non-NBA opponent in a game that was expected to be non-competitive right from the jump. But I think, one of the biggest things that has stood out to me is rookie guard Ben Saraf, one of the most puzzling players
1,000%.
entering today's game. Obviously, someone we have spoken about so much this offseason, and he's been driving to the rim with authority. And most importantly, he's been finishing, and we've seen that three-point shot develop. So Ben Saraf has been a key standout for me so far.
1,000%. He picked up, I think, 5 personal fouls in the first 11 minutes as Danny Wolf misses the left-handed hook. So that was a bit of a problem to begin, but like you're saying, I love the way he handled the ball. I thought he had great vision with a couple passes. You're right. What can you really take from a middle-of-the-ladder Euro basketball team that is coming in here for an exhibition game? But look, don't take any Nets games for granted. Come, 3 weeks down the line from now, we'll be in attendance for opening day, Connor. I think it's 3 weeks to the date, so.
There we go. Yeah.
Traore? No.
Interesting game for Brooklyn here. I mean, we spoke a lot about the show on the show this, summer and leading up to this preseason game, why, you schedule an opponent like this. But it's been just an interesting game to watch as a whole, an interesting game to watch overall. For me, I'd like to see Jordi Fernandez and this Brooklyn Nets coaching staff lean more on the end of the rotation guys. Sure, I think it's great to, get a look at, Cam Thomas, get a look at a new player like Terrence Mann in the starting lineup earlier on in the game. But I think when you talk about the preseason and the action that these guys are going to see, I'm looking at a guy like Tyson Etienne, who's on a two-way deal, see what he's able to help facilitate. I'm looking at a guy like EJ Liddell. So I have had no problems with Jordi Fernandez. That's my only, one gripe today. The fact that he hasn't, put more responsibility on guys like Etienne on end of the rotation, on end of the roster guys. So that's my only one comment. I'll say this: there were talks all off season long about Tyrese Martin and the great off season that he's been having. We're seeing that kind of come to fruition today. I've seen an improvement defensively from Martin, and he's a guy you see hustling in the final whistle. And those are guys that Jordi Fernandez is going to want to play on his basketball team. Keon Johnson was the spark plug for Jordi Fernandez last year. Let's see if Tyrese Martin's able to fit that bill this year. Obviously, the Nets exercised his team option this offseason. So it's been intriguing to kind of see his development so far and see where he ultimately ends up on this roster come opening day.
Couple big points there. I think that you're right. Martin could play a bigger role in this team right now. I'm looking at it. He's 1 for 5 from the field, and he's only attempted 3-point shots. So obviously not something to complain about in the first preseason game, but you need to see Tyrese Martin at some point develop somewhere, outside of the 3-point shot. Or what else does he bring to this team? Because you're right. If it isn't for a upgrade defensively, that's literally the only thing he brings you. So be interesting to see how he plays the rest of the postseason. As for your first point about playing time, I'm with you there. I think it's important at the same time, though, to get chemistry within that starting lineup. You probably play 4 of your 5 opening day starters, the only guy being Yegor Gioman, who's ruled out for this game. And we'll see NBA China if it's even worth for him. Obviously, there's a huge time zone difference. So in terms of body, you want him ready as soon as the regular season starts. So no need to rush him back. No need to get him in those China games for no reason. But yeah, I like the way Saraf is filled in. I think he certainly could be running at the 1, despite what we've heard about him having a great camp. I think this is a situation where he does still play a lot of time on Long Island. Be interesting to see what Gioman can do. Interesting to see. I also want to say a couple guys you mentioned there, like EJ Liddell getting in. 2 guys I want to see here. 3 guys. Fenbo Zhang, I think I want to get his temperature check. Drew
Yep.
Timme, I was about to say, and he's at the scores table checking in, so
Mhm.
and I shall receive, and then also Greek Whitehead, who we haven't seen, and I don't really understand that. But look, I think this Nets team has struggled a little bit with rebounding. You talk about you played a small lineup. Claxton played a little bit in the first half. Buffkin lines up the three, comes a little short. Nice effort from Timme there. That's what you want to see from a guy
Yep.
like Timme. Um, Claxton played a little bit of the first half. I like that they're sitting him. You already know what you're going to get in
Nice
Nick.
steal
Look
by
at
Jalen
Jalen
Wilson
Wolf.
there.
That's good defense.
Right
And he
right before
forces
he
an
crossed
8-second violation.
right before he crosses half court, and that's
Yes.
what Jordy wants to see out of these
Whole bench
fringe
is standing
roster
up.
guys, out of
Whole
these
bench
end of the
is standing up.
rotation guys who are still competing for roster spots. Frankly, these guys on the team
Yes.
option. So great play there by Jalen Wilson. Absolutely. Thank you all for joining us live. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. Josh Williver, Connor Long, right here with you guys on the show. Thank you, everyone. However and wherever you are watching us, you can be watching us live as we stream live right here on YouTube and Twitter. The hundreds and sometimes thousands, Josh, that have been watching us after the fact on YouTube. Shout out to the whole Twitter space. And we are streaming live on TikTok for the first time. So we're trying to grow the platform on TikTok. So everyone be sure to check out our TikTok. But yes, of course, our primary traffic, of course, coming on YouTube and Twitter. Shout out to everyone who's been with
Yes.
us throughout the journey. I'm Connor Long. He is Josh Williver, baby. Now, Josh, let's hope our Nets, this is the most exciting sports outing I've watched since the Jets season has started. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I don't mean to get too under your skin, but as a Mets fan, you got nothing to look forward to on the
I don't even
baseball
want to
side.
talk about the Mets. That's why I didn't
I,
mention them there, Josh.
look. All I can say was I was at Game 3 for the party in the
Nice
Bronx.
close out there by
I know
Will.
there's a big flow between Mets and Nets, so I won't get too baseball. Good Euro by Wilson, kick out, Clowney one
Buffkin at
hitter
the
to
top of the
Buffkin.
key.
Look at the ball movement,
Boom.
and he sinks it off the hometown
Kobe
rack.
Buffkin is an
Look at that ball
intriguing guy.
movement, baby.
He is someone I like because he is a very, very high draft pick. He reminds me a little bit of the Killian Hayes situation, like a
Yeah,
high draft pick,
he
someone with a high
looks like
draft
Killian
pedigree
Hayes.
who was clearly drafted where he
Oh,
was
good defense for the
for a
whistle kick
reason.
out.
And I don't think he got a fair opportunity. I think his
Mm.
chances were sold short in Atlanta. So he's a guy who could come in and, when you look at the Nets guard, sure, the rotation is tight, but there's some meat on that bone there. There's something that the Nets could potentially squeeze out of him. So I'm not signing off on Kobe Buffkin yet. So good to see
Well,
him making some plays and getting involved right
he
here in the
actually
game.
looks exactly like Killian Hayes. Search up Killian Hayes. But I
The
mean,
left-handed shot too. Yeah.
Connor, you talk about meat left on that bone, and from the Nets' perspective, you give up a bag of peanut M&Ms for the guy. So
Yep.
literally, no matter what he does, move's gonna be worth it when you have cash. Nets needed to get rid of cash. Good defense by Clowney on the strip,
Certainly.
right under the basket. Martin goes in transition. I like the way the Nets are playing transition. Timmy, can he give you three? A little bit off. But I wanted to mention as you were on the social path there, we are trying to grow the Instagram, right? 91 followers. Hit us up on the
You're brand
IG.
new on IG.
The underscore Brooklyn Boys no caps. Let me throw this right here in the chat. We are trying to grow this Instagram. Follow there. That's the username. We're trying to grow
As
there. So
Clowney fires from three and it's
boom.
good.
We're trying to
Noah
grow there.
Clowney, baby.
We got clips from our live streams. We're going to be doing halftime reactions of every game, a little post game segment. So, short form content, follow us on the Instagram. We just got a follower just as I'm speaking. So, thank you to Jow PSG. You're our newest follower.
Josh, as we see Noah Clowney convert there from downtown, that was his specialty last year. That's 2 years
Mhm.
ago, excuse me. That's what he was known as when he came up at the end of the year. Very efficient from downtown. Where does he fit on this team? Where do you like him? Because I know he has been a very, very polarizing player
Yeah.
in the sense of his role. Where does he get minutes? How does he fit in? You could technically go with like a smaller ball lineup in the starting lineup if you had a
Yeah.
4-5 tandem of him and Nick Claxton.
It
Where do
would
you
probably
see him?
it would probably have to be him and MPJ. Or
It
you or
would
you
it
move
would it would have
or
to
you
be
move
unless you went Yegor, you'd go Yegor at the 1 in that case. You'd go Cam Thomas at the 2. MPJ would play the 3, and then
or
you'd have the
Clowney
4
could
or
play
5
the
of
three.
Clowney and Nick Claxton. I think at the end of the day, what the starting lineup looks like, I think you have, of course, Yegor at your 1, CT at your 2, and then 3 is the intriguing part. You can go in so many different directions.
Zaires for
That's you
me.
can go Zaire, you can go Terrence Mann. That
Yep.
spot is gonna be up for grabs in these preseason
Every
games.
spot's up for
These
grabs.
preseason games are so important
Good
for
defense.
that spot. Even a player like Jalen Wilson, we have seen from Jordy Fernandez that he has his guys. No matter what the fan
1,000%.
base thinks, he has his fair share of guys, and he will play those guys and give them valuable minutes. That's why everyone over the summer was like, Ben Suraf, can he actually get minutes? Can he actually get minutes? I'm the first to tell you, I wasn't a fan of that pick. I'm not a big Ben Suraf fan, but what I will say is he could certainly get valuable minutes on this Brooklyn Nets team, just under the guise of the fact that Jordy Fernandez, he plays the guys that he likes and the guys that he thinks fit in on this Brooklyn Nets roster.
Absolutely, and there's gonna be no shortage of movement now throughout the rest of training camp, or excuse me, the rest of preseason. Timothy, appreciate you tuning in. Now throughout the rest of training camp, and expect there to be a heavy chunk of in-season moves. Nets will be active at the deadline. Nets will be signing guys that are being cut on cut down day. This is gonna be an active Nets team, and you want to know why? Back to your point, Connor, because this Nets team can just about be willing to give anybody minutes. Good spin move by Buffkin up and under, and then he threw it into the third row.
Yep.
Uh,
Sums up the Nets season last
and
year.
he's holding his knee. A poor woman in the third row got hammered. But
Boom.
that was kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, steal and Jalen Wilson up
Damn, that's the
in
second
good.
steal in like a 4-minute sequence
I
there.
know the Nets full court press has been impressive today,
Shout out
albeit
to
against
Jalen
an
Wilson
awful
making
offense.
some plays.
I mean, that was all Tyrese Martin. Let's be real. He
Yeah,
was
but
the
they got the
beneficiary.
finish there. I mean, Jalen Wilson last
And
year,
one,
it
he
got
drew
to
the
the point
contact.
who, he led the team in minutes, but it got to a rate last year where he was just hard to watch. I mean, let's not sugarcoat anything. This is someone who has not had a career dunk. This is someone where we had serious doubts about the health and athletic ability, and not because he dealt with injuries last year, because he led the team in minutes. He was certainly healthy. But when you just look at his build, when you look at his physique and how
Yeah, look at him
unathletic,
getting bullied inside.
frankly, he's been for this Nets team, like, you're talking about someone who played minutes at the power forward position
Yeah.
in Brooklyn.
He
Like, you
he
can't have that at your 4. You can't have someone who's getting, tossed and turned down low in the paint.
Yes, correct. You literally just saw it as you were describing it. He can't guard a guy that's an inch shorter than him.
That's the
He
problem with
can't
the
even
Nets
work through a
defense. You see it
box out.
there.
Like,
They
he
trap
just
they
looks
trap way
physically
too much
overmatched.
on the inside. You see that play right there from Tyrese Martin, unable to close out. Now, I don't put that in Martin. I like Jordy Fernandez. He's a defensive-minded head coach. He has a defensive background
It's been a
as a
2-3
coach, but,
zone today.
when you talk about his scheme, I think it's way too ball heavy as you see right there, and, you're playing a non-NBA opponent, and they're beating you on the wing. They're beating you on the outside.
3 guys getting ready to check in. Whitehead's 1. I missed the other 2. Might have been Liddell as we see them.
Whitehead, Wolf,
No,
and
yeah, Wolf and Liddell?
That's Tyson Etienne.
Tyson Etienne.
Tyson Etienne getting ready to
71,
check in.
111. Nets up 47-54 to play. They
Damn.
take a break. And the
JR
other
says, and by the way, folks, we're streaming live right here on YouTube and Twitter. You guys can throw all your
Yes.
questions, your comments, your
Yes,
thoughts in the
yes,
chat. First to
yes.
get to, we're trying something new on TikTok. So if you guys TikTok, come over, support us just on my personal account. We're gonna start to try to grow TikTok presence as well. We're trying to grow on all social media, folks. So shout out to
Amen.
everyone joining us, however and wherever you are consuming our content. Of course, Jairus, is any chance Saraf backs up Yegor over Traore? Saraf is getting some hype about his training camp, and even his first preseason game seems to be getting better. That's an interesting comment. I still think the Nets drafted Yegor with the 8th overall pick for a reason, and I don't think he is going to back up. Certainly Yegor is going to be in the starting lineup first. We'll
Yeah.
start there. When you talk about Traore, like, look, I think he's a guy who gives you a spark, who can shoot for you. I just think, the Nets don't like to play position-led basketball. The Nets play a lot of
Yeah.
positionless basketball with 5 small guys on the floor.
Yeah.
I don't know how firm their exact depth chart is. Like, when you talk
Yeah.
about sheer
That's a great
minutes, like, you
point.
could see Saraf and Traore playing around the same exact amount of minutes this year.
That's a great point. Like, you saw a ton, and it's not only now, it's like a lot of the times, like, the Nets have no problem going small. The Nets have no problem running Noah Clowney, Nick Claxton, Dayron Sharp all on the floor at once. At the same time, Nets have no problem slotting Drew Timme in as their 5, which he did last year and running an all small lineup. So I think that's like one of the bigger things to look at. It's not only is this Nets team winning, what's happening on an individual level, is their team continuity? How
Yep.
is Jordy Fernandez managing these minutes? We'll get a glimpse into it here in the preseason. You saw of his strategy of starting probably what is the current when healthy starting 5, slotting in Saraf for Gioman. Obviously, that's not going to be the case when it's a fully healthy lineup, but that plays a huge role in things. And let's see how Jordy Fernandez deals with this. Let's see how the Brooklyn Nets as a whole manage the minutes. Because again, basically, if you're on the team, this isn't going to be like the Knicks who picked up Tosan Uwoma for shits and giggles. Like, guys
Yeah.
at the end of this bench are going to play.
Certainly. Thank you for joining us right here on the Brooklyn Boys Show. Connor Long, Josh Williver, live watch along, as I don't know what the hell just happened there. Live watch along, folks. So shout out to all of you guys joining us right here on the show. Smash the like button, hit subscribe, questions, comments, so that you can throw those in the chat. We'll get to those. We got some time left in the fourth quarter. We'll obviously wrap up the game and then stay on here a couple minutes after to just kind of give our closing thoughts. Just good to see basketball back. I'll say that. It's just good to see Brooklyn Nets basketball being played. Now, look, the season might not have hype. We might not have high expectations for the year. However, you can never complain about having to watch basketball until you get to about game 40 this season. As Danny Wolf, being the stiff he is, leaves a power forward wide open.
Well, the Nets
player misses
come back in transition. Let's see what Whitehead can do. They're not involving him at all right now.
He's standing up on the wing. Kick it to him, Wolf.
They're actively avoiding him. It's like what's that? A
foul.
walk? Travel, I think they called it.
Oh
Probably.
my God. I just
Timmy had
can't.
like 3 spin moves in a row. I wouldn't be shocked if they called that a walk.
Ugh, Danny Wolf. I know that wasn't Danny Wolf. That was Drew Timme, of course. But I mean, Danny Wolf is just hard to watch, in my opinion. Like, it's the same thing we see over the summer leagues.
Give him time.
People say he's
Give
supposed
the
to.
guy a
I'm
break.
giving the guy time. He's about to be 22 years old. Like, I'm tired of this stuff. Like, people saying he could start on this Brooklyn Nets team. If he plays over 40 games in Brooklyn this year, I'd be surprised. This is someone who is supposed to move like a point guard, but is a stiff on defense, who looked absolutely lost and in a completely different universe over the summer league. It's brutal.
Did you just see that foul there as well? Dude?
It's tough sledding for Danny Wolf.
There's Yegor Gioman in the street clothes.
There we go. They convert on the free throw. 72-111, Brooklyn's favor. 7:07 to go.
Yes, sir. Roster bubble guys stand out to you at all? I think
Etienne knocking down the free throws. Probably Wilson. Wilson has stuck out to me the most among all like the true roster bubble guys.
Martin certainly a name you gotta throw in there.
Screen Timme, kicks it to Wilson on the wing. Wilson fires on the wing, rims out, put back Timme. Second time is good.
Nice.
Tipped it back to himself, and then he put it in. Let's see. Nets are going with the press, and I really like that. Etienne presses up.
Yeah, nice job, Etienne.
Jerusalem across half court on the wing.
Give us some play-by-play.
Etienne on defense.
Oh, left him open.
Kicks it down, drops down low,
nice
lays it in on the floater.
That was just well coached offense by Alpoel. The runner.
Etienne kicks to Wolf. Wolf back to Etienne. To Wolf at the top of the key. Drives.
Oh,
tries hitting Whitehead on the baseline and turns it over. That's Danny Wolf, of course, on the turnover. Etienne staying close on defense as Jerusalem drives.
Oh, good
Up step, not enough. And again, quick transition play from Brooklyn. Timme drives a spin move. It rims out. That would have been a great play.
Oh, look at Timme diving on the floor. Bodies flying. Wolf, yes, turns into points. That's a Jordy Fernandez.
That's a Jordy, that's a Jordy Fernandez basketball team right there.
Woo, we had 2 guys hit the deck for 2 points, up 40 in a preseason game, Connor. If that doesn't show you heart, I don't know what does.
Whitehead on defense.
Now let's see this.
Timme picks him up.
No, Whitehead switched.
On the
foul up top.
I like Etienne's defensive grip. I like it.
The whole Nets team. So Raf and Traore were both also playing the press. The way they're doing it, or Jordy's doing it, he's sending his point guard up there to facilitate the offense and then stay up to press. And it's usually to try and force like screens and switches. And also you already see the Nets be effective with an 8-second violation earlier in the
Yep,
third as
and
the free
forcing a
throw.
steal right before. That's the full court
Yeah,
press
yeah,
I run
yeah.
in
You
2K.
think this is the 5 that round out the game as Clowney puts on the sweater, basically signifying the end of
They
the game?
might throw just like the all joke team in it for like the final 2 minutes,
I
like they
mean, is
typically do.
this not the old joke team? Wilson, Etienne, Whitehead, Timmy, and Wolf. This is the old joke team, I think. I didn't even see Wolf. Wolf is like off the court. There he
Timmy
is.
back up to
To the top.
Wilson. Wilson
Oh, use the
driving. Takes
oh,
right in the
good
corner.
find.
Whitehead
Let's
pump
see.
fake.
Oh, Euro,
Good.
nice, nice.
Whitehead showing you the
Oh,
athleticism.
Wilson, nice effort, but a foul.
I like seeing these young guys play well. Again, non-NBA opponent. I put no stock into the preseason on the NBA, especially against non-NBA level
You can tell
opponents.
skill. You can tell skill. That's a nice move by Whitehead, and he's able to work through swiftly. And for a guy that's had that many lower body injuries,
Yep,
good to
absolutely.
see. It's about as excited as you can get up 40 to a
But again, you know,
uh,
you
Euro.
see a guy like this playing with 7 minutes left. You 5 minutes, excuse me, left. You wonder, is he gonna be on the team? Like, and you see a guy
That's
like
tough.
Jalen Wilson outplaying him right from the jump. Terrence Mann a roster lock. Zaire Williams a firm roster lock. As Jerusalem goes 1 of 2 from the line.
Well said, Timothy. I see you guys getting your thoughts. Chats in. Jonathan, Timmy, you guys are the best. Let's see how they look against an actual NBA.
Wilson fires from the
Amen.
top of the key. Too
Now,
much.
let's see, Jonathan. Ben Zaraf played like he usually plays. He finally made a three and had a few interior plays, but the foul trouble is a problem we'll have to work on. 3,000%. I mean, 10 fouls in 5 minutes isn't going to work for anybody. So,
No.
Zaraf, it's his first time. We'll cut him a little slack, but look, don't let this team-centered hype buy you into Ben Zaraf being anything true in year one. This is still a guy who's going to spend a ton of time on Long Island, no matter what the organization tells you.
Blocking foul. Jerusalem.
Did Wilson get barreled out there? It looks like he was losing his dribble, and he might have to take a backcourt there if that wasn't called.
Yeah, the fee warrant said by Jerusalem though.
Mm-hmm.
Wilson set to inbound for Brooklyn.
I like the play-by-play, Connor.
Gives it to Timmy. Wolf is on the wing. Timmy surveying his options.
screen.
Again, catch and shoot, too much.
Good
Offensive
good
rebound by Wolf.
effort.
Wolf goes back up.
Good effort.
He gets flashed.
Good screen. Good effort on the rebound. Like it, Wolf.
Love it.
Timmy also
4:26 to
flying
go. 117 Brooklyn. 77 Jerusalem.
These are the guys that are going to give you everything they have. Let's see what Wolf does from the free throw line here.
1 of 2 calling it. He's going to miss that. Oh, I made it.
That rattles in. Look, the Nets have their fair share of free throw problems, and
Yep.
especially at the 5, Dayron Sharp and Nick Claxton. So, see if we can at least grab some positives there, man. If Nick Claxton doesn't improve the bizarre 50% free throws this year, I mean, I feel like every year I go and tell myself it's different, and teams like play hack-a-shack.
Told you to go 1 of 2.
Oh, they tap it
Brooklyn
out.
with the rebound. There we go, Etienne. Way to be in the right place at the right time.
I think that was all tapped out by Timmy. I think that was Whitehead
Again.
pulls up.
Oh,
Missed it badly.
Air.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
nice tap out by Timmy, but you gotta have these guys at the right place at the right time.
Yes,
Sums
yeah,
up the issue with last year.
100%. And look, they're going full court press with 4 minutes. So you see
And up over
Fernandez
30
trying
points.
out new system.
That shows you the grit and the hustle.
All right, should I go play-by-play mode here?
Yes, sir. Whitehead needs a steal.
Number 0 drives past Whitehead, dish it back out to the top. 2-man game. Etienne works over the screen. Mismatch. Timmy's gone. 3-pointers off the mark, but tracked down by the shooter, number 15. Bounce inside. Up. Foul called. Wilson tabbed for the smack of the arm. Going to line to shoot 2. 3:56 is where the clock freezes in the fourth. 77-118.
I'm surprised we're seeing Jalen Wilson still in the game right now. They haven't turned to a player like EJ Liddell. I think Wilson has showed you enough tonight where you could take him out with 4 minutes to play or whatever it is as it currently stands.
Enough in the wrong way.
Misses.
Misses the free throw. Who's checking in there? Who just went to the scores table? It's not look like Drake Powell, but it's obviously not. Zaire Williams is having fun with Strawberry Sour Patch on the bench. Not a sponsor. Joe, look at you. Asking you shall
That's
receive.
Liddell. That's Liddell.
Wilson heads to the bench. Is that Liddell? I believe it is. He still hasn't gotten into frame. Second free throw is up and it's good.
Yeah, that's Liddell. It has to be.
40-point game. Etienne will take it up the court for Brooklyn. Hopwell relaxes back into a 2-3 zone. Etienne has at the top, directs traffic, goes right, hands to Liddell. Wolf spin move into the paint, left, right, hook,
You
off the
have to
glass,
be able to finish
off
through
the rim,
contact.
no good. You have to be able to finish at the rim. You also have to have the wherewithal to know that's not your shot. Timmy got worked on, foul called inside, slap of the thigh, as we get to see EJ Liddell's first minutes as a Brooklyn Net.
Did they officially sign him to a two-way, so
Mm-hmm.
they have confidence in him.
Who's with Chicago Bulls G League last year?
I'm still upset they let Killian Hayes go. Like that was poor
That Kobe Buffkin is just a better Killian Hayes and takes
poor management at its finest. I think Hayes is better than Buffkin is.
I mean, I both forgotten about lottery picks. Obviously, Hayes was the higher pick, but
Yep.
you know they shut off an entire in the second deck this year at the Barclays Center. I was just looking at the tickets on my phone. I didn't want to go to this game, but I was just looking. $4, by the way, to get in the door for this game. But they set off a whole 3 sections behind one of the
I'm gonna
baskets in the
jump
upper
home.
level to create an entirely new premium seating section. I think it's like the Brooklyn Bridge or something.
Oh,
This is a
it's sick.
full 3-row luxury style,
You
so
should have went to the game tonight, Josh, since you live so close too.
yeah. I mean, it's literally a 10-minute subway ride. I just had
Have you
no.
gone to the Liberty before? Have you?
Yes, I have seen the Liberty before. My
I
mom's a big Liberty fan.
nice.
I
Nice.
just do not know what
As
WNBA
Liddell wins the
is.
tip at
Nice.
the end, 2 up
No.
and a 3
Oh.
off the back
I
iron.
thought he would have been able to get his own rebound there, but he wasn't
Yeah,
aggressive
it
enough.
did bounce
Stayed back.
better.
But
Oh
that's
my
good.
God, Liddell gets dropped.
Oh, good pass at a steal. Pickpocket by Danny Wolf. How'd they call a foul? Yeah,
Stoppage.
Liddell did get. Some kids playing baseball 9 in the front row. Liddell did get snatched. We also had an awful view of it.
I
From
have the game on the yes on my other monitor, so it's like a
yes.
little delayed. So I go to that for the instant replay. Like after they're still on Etienne hitting off the back iron, not even on a replay. I'm trying to see Liddell getting dropped, see what
And
happened. He
good.
literally just the guy touched him and he just flailed.
Oh boy.
It didn't even it wasn't anything impressive. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything impressive from again non NBA players, but
Uh,
converts from the line. 3:05 to go. 118-82, of course, in Brooklyn's favor. Derek Whitehead still in the game as the Nets continue to
Yeah, let's see him do something. He's been in the
Liddell
game. He just wants to pass the ball off. And
Liddell gets
Liddell
called for
travels.
travel. Not a
This is a nice first 2 minutes as a net,
yeah, I
Liddell.
was just about to say not a
Gives you
very
good
pretty
break.
sequence to
Yeah.
begin his Brooklyn tenure.
Um, I know you certainly you learn a little bit about their temperature on Whitehead. I think he only has the one bucket. It was a nice one at that, but he's not getting open. He's just a statue. He's not doing anything off the ball. He's
Yeah, I
really
mean,
just
when you see
only
guys like
playing
this
when the
playing this
basketball's in his
late
hands.
into meaningless preseason games, you have to question their roster status, especially when you look at, the storylines of a player like Derek White. Shout out to you, Pete. Thank you for joining us
Save
right
him up
here
for the guys.
on the show. When you look at the, storylines and just the context with injuries and things like that, you have to question what does the future look like for Derek Whitehead in Brooklyn? It's a fair point.
Yeah, when you have a guy that was one of the top recruits in his high school class because of his speed, hops, and creativeness as a guard, and then you have a detrimental leg injury, it's gonna affect your career. So, I mean, I think you said it earlier in the offseason. I don't remember the full quote, but you're talking about how could you leave a guy off the roster that you're really not sure what you're missing out on, but
Yep.
Sean
I
Marks
mean,
might have a different temperature on this.
I think it's malpractice if you move on from a guy like Derek White and still have all these veterans
And have
taking up
EJ
roster
Liddell.
spots.
Well, it's different because he's on a two-way, but
Yeah, they're different situations, but still, you got to find a way to, I think, keep Whitehead.
yes, I agree. Lot to be figured out in terms of the roster. The Nets, first preseason game. What, 2 minutes to play at this point? After this, Connor, they go to China for two. Fenbo Zhang, his home country, uh, against the Phoenix Suns. Friday, 8 a.m. workday. So
I'm gonna
you're
be at
either,
school. Yeah,
I'm going to be at school. I'll tape the game and watch it afterwards. Don't
I'll
want to
watch
miss
on
it.
League Pass after the game. Yeah, and then
Uh,
it's 7 a.m. on Sunday. I'm gonna
7
be up.
a.m.
I'm actually gonna be up anyways because the Jets are kicking off at 9:30. So I'm gonna have a ton of prep to do before the game, writing wise and things like that. So and my pregame show will probably start at 7:30 in the morning.
And,
So
uh, and then they round out the preseason on Friday the 17th.
is that a home
So that's
game?
2 weeks. No, that is
No.
in Toronto.
Damn it. I want to
Down.
go to. I keep forgetting we're going on the 24th though. So yeah, we'll.
So yeah, then they start the season down in Charlotte. Connor, you and I will be there 3 weeks from yesterday. Jalen Wolf
Boom.
took the seat.
The Barclays looks absolutely empty.
I mean, would you want to show up?
You'd think a high school team is playing there.
Hey, there's 2 minutes left, and they're winning by 40 points. Connor. I'm not shocked. That ball almost got tipped into the backcourt. Nice defense by Liddell. Let's hope he doesn't get his ankle snatched again. Works over the screen. Little miscommunication. Good job. They rebounded with Etienne. He's on a two-way for this season. Good defense. Shot clock violation. Good 24
Oh,
second defense by Brooklyn to force it. It wasn't the prettiest 24 seconds, but they got it done and they didn't allow any good shot opportunities.
yes, sir.
Etienne into the front court, far side, hands it off for
Wolf,
Wolf at the top. Here's the off ball
just
movement from
shoot the
Whitehead
ball.
at the top. Screen right, Timmy. Wolf backs down with two. Etienne a long three. Boom! Nothing but net. Tyson Etienne extends the lead to 39.
The thing that frustrates me immensely with Danny Wolf is again, it's the whole move like a point guard narrative and
Yeah,
shooter
yeah.
narrative. We've never seen him shoot from three, at least during tonight's game.
Yeah, and it seems like he can move like a point guard, but there was a ton of
As he
separation there.
gets bitched down low in
Uh,
the paint.
Whew, it's a strong word for the first
Rough
preseason game.
sequence there.
But no, I know, but it feels like that he only moves like a guard and when he's in open floor ahead of him, which if you move like a guard, that also requires off ball and making good cuts and
Yep.
stuff, which we'll see. You think this Nets offense is impacted moving on from Cam Johnson as they flash up the graphic of him going to Denver?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I am personally a fan of MPJ and the value that he brings to this team compared to a player like, Cam Johnson, who certainly brought value and, was very, very meaningful to this front office. I just, I think you can't point to a facet, in my opinion, where Cam Johnson is better at basketball than Michael Porter Jr. is.
And a 2032 unprotected first round pick from Denver. That's
Important to
it.
add that in
Big
there as well, yes.
Timmy, good defense, stays with his man, hands up. Etienne with a good closeout, little bit of an overcommit. He recovers, basket off the rim, no good. Nets still playing hard, minute to play. Final preseason game. Wolf has some handles, backs down. That's all he does. He backs down a couple feet, dumps it right
Yep.
off. Here's a post opportunity. Nice save. Inside to Timmy.
There
That's
we
a
go.
assist.
Playing to the final whistle, baby. There we go.
There we go.
A minute.
Etienne.
Under a minute play.
Let's see one more good series. I want Jordy
Get a steal.
Fernandez.
Get a steal.
Oh, almost had an offensive foul. Double. Whitehead comes. Good
Cuts to the
switching by
corner.
the Nets defense. Look at this off-ball defense. They're rotating. They're switching.
Damn it!
That's a
Area where
weak
you cannot
foul.
commit a foul. Like
That,
it's preseason, so I don't even care. But that's just like fundamental things. Like think of
mm,
that game one. Think of, this being a 3-point game, a 4-point game, and you have you have Darius Garland back down like that in the home opener, in the corner. Off ball defense is holding up with 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and you commit a foul like that after you got snatched earlier in the game and
And
had to
they
travel.
shoot
Like,
in the bonus. But look, good news. I don't think you got to worry about EJ Liddell playing
yep.
the
Oh,
final.
thank God. He might be worse than Tosan.
I'm not ready to say that 3 minutes into his Nets tenure. Let's just say he's not off to a fast start. But
Tosan at least played well defensively.
Tosan far and away my least favorite net last year. Liddell, let's see what he can do on the offensive floor. Gets double
That's
teamed
the
and the
ball
ball
scorer.
just hands it off like he's at a Salvation Army. That'll do it for the Nets offensively. Jordy Fernandez isn't going to let them put another shot up. So
Shoot it from half court,
1-3.
Tyson. Tyson, pull up from half court.
Pull up from half court. No, it's an international friendly, Connor. The two teams would rather not beef about it. 8 seconds to play. Whitehead, good defense. 3
Hey,
on
I
the
actually
clock.
shot. Are we joking?
Hoisting a
Oh,
3.
shoot,
There it
shoot,
is.
shoot. You need a
2-1.
point. You need a
Nets
point,
will
EJ.
hold it.
Shoot. Ah.
And there it is. 123-88. The Nets wipe the floor with Hapoel Jerusalem
Oh, yeah,
in the
baby.
opening preseason game. Jordy Fernandez's defensive scheme looks good, and that might be the most points the Nets score all season. Good, just kidding, but nice win for the Nets to start things off.
Oh,
Even
yeah,
though it's
baby.
not a
Noah
win,
Cloudy, 16 minutes tonight, 13 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, and 2 blocks, baby. Let's go.
our friend Matt in the building. What's up, Race Hell Report? Someone we didn't see, Connor.
71 season, baby. Let's go. 71 season.
Someone we didn't see, Connor. And I was interested in getting a look at Fenbo Zhang. I really
We
want to
saw
see
him
what he can do. Nope.
minimally.
Did we?
I saw him on the floor, yes.
I didn't think I did, but I could easily be wrong.
Is that a look down at the notes?
This is we are trying to pull up the box score that
The
for
box
some
score isn't
reason-
even on like the Nets Google page. That's how
No,
much of a joke.
ESPN has it. Maybe.
Incredible.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I get it in the ESPN app. Fenbo Zhang did not play. Was the only non-injured player to DM.
I saw him on the floor.
No, you didn't, because I saw him walk through the handshake line in street clothes. Or no, not street clothes, just the team gear.
I swear, I literally saw him. Oh my god.
PTSD.
I might have been hallucinating there.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how much we can trust ESPN. They have some guys listed that just didn't make the training camp roster, like David Muoka, Yuri
I
Collins.
literally saw Fambo Zhang on the floor.
Is there another
So, am I crazy? Chat?
I don't think. Ned's box score. Let's see if I can get this double checked from a source not named ESPN. Let's see. I don't even think the NBA doesn't even have this information available.
Yeah. Did you guys see Fambo Zhang in the game?
I don't think he did. I wonder how we're gonna be able to watch the overseas games.
Yes.
League Pass. Yes Network doesn't have it. They said at the end they'll be back for Toronto, which is the final preseason game. It's not in the U.S., but at least it's in North America.
Interesting.
I just don't think the Yes crew wants to go to freaking China to do a preseason game for no reason. Hope the Jets beat the Cowboys tomorrow. Yeah, that's. We did end up talking about that awful team. Again,
Brutal.
follow the Instagram if you haven't done so yet. _Brooklyn Boys. I will throw it in here one more time, so that you guys have it. Get us there. We're trying to grow that. Eventually, do some live streams there. Connor, any key takeaways here?
Yeah, I mean the performance of Jalen Wilson, the performance of Noah Clowney, two guys that you want to see play well. Someone who needs to step up is Dariq Whitehead. I mean, there's no excuse for the performance that we saw out of him tonight. And when you look at the starting lineup, Ben Saroff obviously delivering a strong performance, plus 25 rating. Granted, the plus minus ratings are going to be a little out of control when you look at a point
You
differential.
you
Uh,
just need the fouls control.
like tonight, Saroff 1 of 1 from downtown, 4 of 6 from inside the field. That's what stands out. Stands out for me the most. But the 5 personal fouls that needs to get cleaned up. When you talk about the other players in the Nets starting lineup, Claxton with a great game. Terrence Mann, a strong outing in his first
Oh,
performance as a Brooklyn Net. Again, I mentioned Noah Clowney, Dayron made the most of his opportunities. Like these guys shot on high efficiencies tonight. Granted, it was minimal opportunities. So happy to see the young guys play well. Absolutely, Josh. You want to wrap it up? And I think we can come back tomorrow potentially, depending if the Jets win. How about that? We'll make that deal. If the Jets win, we will do a live show tomorrow.
folks, you will not be seeing us tomorrow, is what Connor just said. Kidding. Yeah, I mean, Jordy stuck by his guns. Nobody played more than 20 or more minutes. So that's what he said. That's what we got. Appreciate you all tuning in. We got 84 of you guys in the building across Twitter, YouTube. You guys are the best. Smash like, hit subscribe. Helps us grow this channel, gets our ratings out to more people, pumps this content out, helps us grow this Nets community. For Connor Long, I'm Josh Wolliver saying so long from the Brooklyn boys. Nets win preseason opener, game number 1. We will be back with you later this week to preview
71
the
season.
NBA China slate. We'll leave you as we always do by saying, let's go Nets.
Nets.
Good night, everybody.